Hey everyone, welcome to Buick Outdoors. If you're new around here, my name is Sheldon Marion, and today, seeing how we're still in this nice little Chinook and kind of fall spring, we're going to head into the Alwin Holland Park. We're going to go check out the river. So if you've never been to Alwin Holland Park before, it's about a kilometer or so outside of Hudson, BC. And basically you come off the highway, there's a small little bit of a hill to come down, and there's a lot of these small little campgrounds here. You can bring in a holiday trailer here during the summer months, but I believe the maximum length is 21 feet just because it's so tight in here. And there's only, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so campgrounds, so you want to be mindful of that if you are coming in here. Maybe check in here first. It's $20 per night, and there's a little write-up of the place here. It's named after the first teacher to come to Hudson Hope when everything was all settled as a small town. And when you come in here, there's a nice little parking spot here right next to toilets and recycling bin. And here there's a nice little trail that'll take you down to the river. And when you go down there, you come up to a beautiful rock ledge and stuff that we'll check out here in just a few minutes. And yeah, it's just an amazing little place to go to. And you can also fish the river right from here as well. But anyways, I'm gonna grab the dogs and some goodies, and we'll start making our way down to the river. Alrighty, so we got the dogs out of the truck and we're making our way down the trail here. Back this easy, pulling like crazy. Come on, buddy. He's getting all wrapped around, but I'll get untangled, and when we get to the little rocks there, I'll show you. You're not gonna miss much. Just a small little trail to the rock ledge there. It comes up rocky. Hey, buddy. But anyways, I gotta get untangled, and I'll show you I'll turn this back on once you get untangled here. Alright, so after like a very, very short walk down the trail, you can almost still see the trucks up top there. We have a nice little picnic table here with a view of the river. And there's another little cook site over there. And this is the start of where all the rocks are and everything. And as you can see, you have just this beautiful, nice little view right here of the river. And earlier this summer, off the point of that big island there, we were fishing, and we're also gold panning in this area. And we're finding a little bit of flower gold in here. Nothing made or anything like that, but fun little place to come and hang out for the day anyways. But I'm gonna drop off some of this stuff here, and then we'll make our way down to the river. We'll show you the river and all the rock formations here, and yeah, it'll be a good time. So as you walk down here just past these picnic tables, you start to come up to kind of the only Y, I would say the first Y, but you can see where these cool little rock formations are. Just a bunch of old sandstone. You can go to the river that way or this way. So we'll head over here and we'll check this place out. This is one of the spots where I want to come and camp in a few different areas. One being right here underneath this rock face. I think that'd be a pretty cool place to camp out for the night. Same thing with right there. And then also up on top of this ledge. So if you stay left at that Y, You kind of come into this area, you can see a little deer trail or something right there. And you can either go down there to the river, or you can come up top here at this nice little lookout spot. Another beautiful place that you could pitch a tent, spend the night, and yeah, just overlook the river. I'll get up to the edge here, and I'll flip this camera around, and I'll show you the scenery that we have here. Just beautiful, eh? So when the river's real low, like it was this summer, you might be able to see it a little bit right now. But right here you can see it almost looks like a bunch of bedrock in here. And when the river's real low, you can actually walk out here and stand on all that stuff. And it's yeah, it's quite the thing. Just up from here we have Dinosaur Lake, and Dinosaur Lake was named after all the dinosaur tracks that they found out there. So that's one thing you could potentially find while you're out here, is dinosaur tracks and fossils and stuff. And yeah, it's a pretty nice little place. Well, there's a couple of guys that went down there to go do some fishing, so we're not going to head down that way. We'll leave those guys alone, so we'll head back up here to where the start of this Y is, and I'll show you the other side of this big rock formation here. Oh, we got some mushrooms going there. Pretty nifty. But in here, it's really cool how this stuff is. See all the layers of all the sand, a little bit of stone and stuff. Might want to be careful going in there. Come on, Daisy girl. But this place, it's one of the many spots around here that are just cool to check out. And you also might run into some fossils, and if you're really lucky, maybe some dinosaur tracks. But you have to go up past Williston Lake to find the majority of the dinosaur tracks. But we'll head down here and we'll check out this side of the river. And just like that, there we go. Like I said, it's such a neat little place to come and check out and walk down. And you know, the parking lot, it's just right up there. Like, it's not far at all. No reason why I'm out of breath, because I was going to the gym there earlier and did a bunch of leg workouts, so I'm a little tired today. But like, even little spots like this big flat, it's another place where it'd be kind of cool just to come and do an overnight trip just under the stars. And you know, you get to wake up to this view here. You know, like, it's such a beautiful and amazing place. Dogs can run around. You can see where some of that bedrock is sticking up. It's a great place to come and do some fishing. If you get on the other side of that bedrock, it drops right off, and it's nice deep cold water. And what we'll do is we'll make our way up the river here, and just around that bend right there, it's, I don't know, a couple hundred yards, you'll see just some, it's a spectacular rock formation that's there as well. It's just a huge, massive slab of bedrock that comes out. But we'll make our way over there, and we'll go check her out. One thing that you'll find on the river here too, and I might be wrong about this, but we have these big chunks of rocks kicking around every so often, and they're very, very porous, and I'm pretty sure what they are is like old lava rock. And up here a little ways, there's just a giant boulder of it. But if I'm wrong and this isn't lava rock, well, somebody please tell me what it is. That's glass, but you can see how porous it is. It almost kind of looks like coral kind of a thing. But yeah, from the rock books that I have, and I'm no expert, but I want to say it's lava rock. Whether it's lava rock or something else, either way, it's still pretty cool. But once we get up here, just, I don't know, about another 50 yards, I'll show you the really big boulder of it. So here's where we got a couple of these bigger chunks. We got kind of a small one there, small one there. That one's getting bigger, but in this one, it's just huge. You can see the size of this thing. It's, you know, it's probably 4 feet tall or so, 3 feet wide kind of thing. And it's just massive. You can see all the small little holes and stuff in there, and it's, like I said, I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff. I only have little books and things like that to go off of. I'd never actually studied any kind of geology, but yeah, if it's not lava rock and you know what it is, maybe just leave it in the comments and let everybody know. And then here in this bedrock, you see it's almost like a big quartz vein running through it. See little bits right there have been fragmenting off. See a big chunk here. It runs that way and then it kind of disappears right where Texas head is. But yeah, a little bit more underneath there. But yeah, it is definitely a really cool place to come and check out. But we'll keep going up here and we'll go around this corner and I'll show you the massive slab of bedrock. It's pretty neat. And I might lie to you, there's a much bigger chunk of rock here. This thing is huge. Can't even get it all in one frame. So for size reference, Daisy is about 110 pound dog, and she's tiny compared to that. But it's a, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just fascinated with this kind of stuff. Like, there's a tunnel in that rock. But anyways, to get to what I'm getting to here with this bedrock slab, it's right there. You can almost see it. So next time you see my ugly mug, we'll be standing on top of that. Well, you're seeing my ugly mug, so that only means one thing. Check this out. We have this massive slab of bedrock here. All comes shooting out of the bank. It is just amazing. To me, anyways. To a lot of people, it might be just kind of a stupid flat piece of rock. But to me, I see it as whatever, millions of years of erosion and leaves and plants and trees and sediment and everything kind of collecting all in one spot, and then plate tectonics and all that good stuff all kind of formed what we're standing on now. If I was smarter when I was a kid, I should have maybe went to university or college or something and got a degree in some sort of a paleontology or geology or something like that, because I'm just fascinated with this kind of stuff. And one of the places I was at last year or the year before was the Six Peak Dinosaur Trackway site, and that's the world's biggest trackway site. And to be honest with you, if you go in a straight line that way, probably about 100 kilometers, it's right there. So it's in our backyard out here. And if you want if you want to check out that video, I'll leave a little link in the description below for you guys to check out. And I think I said in one of my previous videos that even if you're not into dinosaurs and tracks and rocks and all that stuff, it's still just like a mind-boggling place to check out, because it's similar to this, except there is massive dinosaur tracks, and I think right now they've uncovered about 1,200, and they believe there's up to 3,000 in there. So if you guys want to check out that video, by all means go check it out right now, or you can watch this to the end. But yeah, we're gonna walk around here, see if we can find anything cool, see if there's any new loose fossils coming off of this cliff face here. And yeah, we'll just check out the area, let the dogs run around, let them splash in the river a little bit, and yeah, and not too long we'll head up and we're gonna cook ourselves something to eat out here on the fire. So if you come walking down here and you get to the end of all that bedrock that's right in there, you start to come up this little pathway, and you see where there's it looks like some really low seeping natural springs right in here. But we start getting into all this stuff here, and it's very similar to that lava rock, except you come across some stuff like this. Not old Rocky Boy, but these rocks here, well, they're almost slightly different. They're almost a different color, and they have like bubbles that kind of form in there. So I don't know if this is an actual rock or if it's just minerals coming out of the springs, but you can see this here too. Who knows, this might be some kind of a fungus growing as well, but you can tell it's slightly different. I don't know what it is, but to me it's just fascinating, and it's right full of holes. So it could be some sort of like a calcium deposit, or maybe it is, I don't know. Like I keep saying, I'm not a geologist or anything like that. I just find this stuff incredibly fascinating. But yeah, we're gonna keep walking up here. I'm not gonna go too much further, because then you kind of get cut off by the river there, and I don't want the dogs to slip and fall and get hurt. But we'll go up here just a little bit further and see what else we can see here. Well, I think this is about as far as I'm gonna go walking this way. I could probably go up into that ledge right there, but I don't want the dogs to get caught up in here. There's a bunch of loose rocks, big holes and everything like that around here, but the view you get right here is just spectacular. This is just such an amazing place to come and explore and check out. And then when we go back here, we have a bunch of shale deposit right over there, and up here in the north anyways, that's where we find a lot of the fossils. So I'll probably spend a little bit of time kind of digging through that stuff, but I'm not gonna take too much time. Probably I'll kick some rocks around and just gotta check it out. The sun is slowly starting to set here now, so yeah, it's about time that we go and light up a fire, pick up some hot dogs and a little canned chili that I picked up from the store, and yeah, we will have a poor man's barbecue out here. So right in here we have all this shale deposits, and in all this kind of flat, not so much the gray rock, but if you can find the stuff that's kind of a black color, you can find some fossils like this stuff here, slightly different color compared to that. I think with that stuff there, that's more of a sandstone, where this is more of the hard kind of bedrock kind of area. And not too far from here we got Williston Lake. Right there you can kind of see it, but that's where the dam is for Dinosaur Lake. And between there and where Williston is, that's where they found just hundreds and hundreds of dinosaur tracks and fossils. So when you get to Williston though, if you walk along the beach when the water's low, you can find all sorts of fossils in there. It's mainly just like the little shell fossils, and with them the geology is a little bit different. It's almost like this bank over here where it's real sandy and then it gets into that rock, where this looks more like kind of sandstone and whatever I keep calling lava rock. So in here you might not find too many fossils. It might be just, the ground might be just a little bit too different. But if you go up to Williston Lake there, you'll find fossils there all day long. And some of them, you'll find them just in random slabs like this. But other ones, if you find like the black rocks that are kind of round and they have like a crack kind of throughout them, if you break them apart with a hammer or just another rock, smack it against another one or whatever, a lot of times you'll find fossils embedded in all that stuff. So it's yeah, like I keep saying, is just a magnificent place to check out. And one thing that's neat too with this stuff, you can see where the erosion is from the water, and they look like little waves. So at one point in time, or just natural erosion from all this water constantly cutting across this, it has made these natural waves like you would see in soft sand, but it is hard rock. So it's just another fascinating little thing out here. And yeah, it's definitely a really cool place to check out. I know I sound like a broken record, but yeah, it's pretty neat, this place that we live in. So this rock here is where you'd mainly find more of your fossils. You can see just the layers and layers of all these rocks. A lot of times if you grab them, they're actually pretty soft and they break apart. And every once in a while when you break into this stuff, you'll pull up a little slab and underneath you'll find your fossils or just kind of cool markings that you might think is a fossil, but you're not too sure. I found, I don't know how many things where it almost looks like, you almost want to say it almost looks like itty bitty little bird footprints kind of thing, even though that's not what it is. But it's still pretty cool and makes you kind of wonder and guess and think a little bit. But anyways, I think we're gonna slowly make our way back up to the picnic table, and we're gonna get a fire going before it gets too dark. We're gonna have ourselves a hot dog roast. Well, as you can see, we're kind of losing light, and I was gonna roast up some hot dogs here. They have these little fire pits and all that, but it looks like somebody's been burning quite a bit of garbage in there. So instead, we're gonna hike back up to the truck. We're gonna drive over to my brother's place. We're gonna have a fire in his backyard, roast up some hot dogs with him instead. So we'll see you when we get there. Well, we made it over to Blaine's place here, cooking up some hot dogs over the fire. Got my can of chili heating up on the side there. Blaine's having himself a hot dog too. And yeah, it was a good day exploring the river, checking everything out. So now I think we're just gonna have ourselves a nice little hot dog roast to finish off the night. And yeah, get back at her doing something again tomorrow. Anyways guys, hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button down in the bottom. Leave me a comment or two, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you on the next one.